Hell Hunter. Anti-Nomen. New game. Load game. You have reached Hidden Cave. Torture Chamber.
Hey guys, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of Hell Hunter. So, we're gonna be playing gameplay 11. So, yes, guys. So let's begin. So please like, subscribe, share, comment, and yes, guys, let's begin here. All right.
Saving point. Walls.
All right.
This place is probably isolated and far from civilization.
Wow.
Needles.
Needles.
When the needles came into play, he never felt such intense pain before. He also fainted many times, but Deus definitely was not in a hurry. The worst part was when she turned the electric chair on again, while the metal needles were still embedded in his body. He doesn't want to remember that. He can't even close his hands. Ceiling. On second glance, he notices that on the ceiling, there's some hook fixed to it.
Wow.
Tub. If Elian thought for a moment that after all he could bear the electricity somehow, then he had to change his mind when she wet him with the sponge.
Yeah.
Electric chair. Elian collapses into a long sleep, or so he thinks, because he suddenly gets woken up by a tub of water. Deus returned. He doesn't know how much he slept, but since she had time to change the tools in the room, his sleep must have been really deep.
Yeah.
Even the electric chair has been removed. Instead, his body lies on the floor and is restricted by chains fixed on the wall nearby. She actually even took his shirt and jacket. She greets Elian and asks for forgiveness as she made him wait so long. Deus was enchanted while staring at the wounds she caused him yesterday. But what surprised her the most was how fast they regenerated. She tells Elian that he is clearly not a human, but Deus has never heard of him among the vampires. She kneels before him and softly puts her hands on his cheeks, and with the right thumb she lifts his upper lip. His teeth confirm that Elian is not a vampire. Deus asks him if he's a Dampier. Elian won't answer, but she smiles and chuckles as if she knew the answer already. With an impulse of anger, he tries to bite her hand and to grab her with his hands, but the chains won't allow that. Deus swiftly dodges the bite, and, without changing her expression, she punches his face. The impact smashes him violently against the wall. Even though she's a vampire, Elian didn't expect such a strength. She must be a high-born vampire.
Yeah.
There's a chance that actually she wouldn't even need to block his movements to prevail against Elian. Still, he doesn't understand why she's living here. Vampires are used to luxurious manors or castles, but it looks like she lives in a cave instead. There's one more thing that she wants to know. The scar, the one on his chest caused by Dracula. Her fingers slowly slip along the scar, and she can't help but comment how perfect that cut is. Not only that, she can even see Elian's captured essence of Dampier. Deus also says that even his true name has been stolen. Without any doubt, she can tell for sure that this is Dracula's doing. Deus says that Dracula surely knows how to play with his friends, but she likes a more direct approach. Anyway, she's disappointed that Dracula arrived before her. So she will start with Elian's back. He wants to know more about what she just said, but Deus interrupts him, telling that if he must bark that much, then he should do it while wearing a collar. So she applies a red collar on his neck against his will. Then finally she puts an eye mask on him. With his ears, Elian can hear Deus going out of the room, and some minutes later returning. He can smell the scent of candles and something that makes him turn pale. Boiling oil. Deus is amused as she watches his reaction and gets close to Elian to make him smell the tools that will be used today better. She touches her lips to his left ear and whispers that now they will have a lot of fun. Without sight, her voice seems even deeper than usual. And so Deus starts. The boiling wax is poured on Elian's back.
Oh my god.
It's time to resist another torture.
Okay. So I think I have to attack her, guys. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You have to attack her. So you swipe right and then double tap. You have to dodge and then attack her. Alright. Alright. Oh my god. Guys, I have to be very careful here, guys. So, don't get confused with the boiling water, guys, or oil. Just concentrate on the attack, you know. All right, we're doing good so far. Oh, I die, I think.
Swipe left to load the last
Alright.
saved game. You have reached
kind of hard,
hidden
guys.
lever, door, electric chair. Elian collapse.
Okay. All right. Okay, I did it. So don't get confused by the boiling oil, guys. So yeah. All right. Alright. Okay, there you go. Yes! Alright. We're doing good, guys. Okay. There you go. Oops. Yes. Is it over, please?
Double tap to continue.
Yes! We made it.
Many hours later, the room smells of burnt hair and skin. Deus kisses him on the head and bestows more compliments on Elian. She removes the eye mask, but not the collar. She asks him to wait a bit. She has a prize for Elian. Saying that, Deus exits the chamber and returns later with some cooked rice and water.
We'll cook
But they are
rice
served
and water.
inside a couple of bowls. That's too much. She leans and pets Elian while smiling and tells him to eat everything. Then she goes outside, leaving the door ajar.
Okay.
Open door.
Let's go.
Deus left the door ajar, maybe to make the burnt smell go away.
Oh yeah.
But this is a chance for Elian. He closes his eyes and focuses on the smell that comes from the outside. There's a strange scent. It's like the scent of some chemical. Elian thinks that it means there's a lab or something behind that door. Lever. Elian wonders what that lever does. Saving point.
Let's save this game, guys.
You saved the game.
I saved the game.
Candles.
Candle.
On the tray there were candles, but not even an ounce of wax has been spared. Ice. Inside the bucket there's still some ice. It has been applied on Elian's back after the torture, but it was just a mere palliative. Oil.
Oh,
That small pot was filled with boiling oil. When Deus poured it on his back, the wax melted like ice, and the skin burnt as if it was lava. Horrendous burns cover the whole surface. Even if tomorrow they will disappear like nothing happened. Bowls. Elian wants to verify something. He gets close to the bowl with the rice inside and smells it. The salt scent is very intense. That can't be some cheap salt bought somewhere. It resembles the smell of the sea. That rice must be cooked with actual rock salt, which must be nearby. Although Elian won't eat like a dog, he's behaving like one of them to gather some clues. How humiliating. Chains.
Chains.
Elian will sleep on the floor, and since his back hurts too much, he will have to stay in a prone position, like a dog. This time Elian wakes up on his own, but the first thing he sees are the blue eyes of Deus, which were staring at him for a long time, while sitting in a chair. She wishes him good morning, and asks him if he slept well. He ignores the question, but can't help noticing that this time Deus has moved him to a different position of the room while sleeping. Now he's standing while bound to a wooden cross structure. His limbs are all tied to the four corners of the structure. Elian shouts at her and wants to know just what the hell she wants to know from him, and to stop playing around. A grin appears on her face. Actually, she really doesn't want to know anything from him.
Yeah.
There's no purpose in all of this. Deus is doing this for her own pleasure. Actually, she says, while she suddenly puts in Elian's mouth a metallic sphere with holes and buckles up the leather strap connected to it. There's something that she has always desired from him. A taste of his blood.
Whoa.
Elian's blood chills hearing that, but he can't do anything. Deus slowly gets closer with her usual sick smile, actually even more sick, and gently hugs him. Her right arm encircles his back. Her left hand slowly slips from his left shoulder to the neck, and finally onto his hair. And lastly she sinks her teeth between Elian's left shoulder and neck. Elian's blood keeps being drained, and he loses strength as well. That moment never seems to end. Deus is literally in ecstasy. She even lets a moan escape. Then Deus goes back. She's a bit embarrassed about her reaction. Deus says that she has never tasted such delicious blood. Then she quickly returns to normal. Now that she has satisfied her curiosity, Deus is ready to start. But before that, she injects something into Elian with a syringe. Then she turns around and leans to get something from the chair. A whip.
A whip.
Once again, Elian has to resist the daily torture.
Okay, let's... Oh my god. Okay. Oops. That's loud. Die! Oh my god. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's going very fast. Oh, I died.
Double tap to continue.
Oh, yes. Okay, I survived, guys. I survived. Yes. Oh, that was close. Okay, let's double tap.
It lasts for many hours, but at a certain point, Deus stops. She wants to punish Elian for not having eaten the rice, but, according to what she says, today she went easy on him since she drank more blood from him than expected. She gets a sponge and washes Elian's upper body of all the blood that drips from the countless wounds she has caused, and doesn't miss the chance to compliment him. Finally, Deus removes the restraint from Elian's mouth and leaves him alone.
Yes.
Door.
Door.
The door is closed.
Wow.
Lever. Elian wonders. Saving point.
You saved the game.
You saved the game. Salt.
Salt.
When she started to apply the salt to the wounds, she really enjoyed Elian's grimaces of pain.
Wow. She enjoys it, guys.
Whip. The one used today. She definitely knows how to use a whip. Syringe. There's a syringe on the table. Its contents have been completely injected into Elian's body.
Okay.
Bowls.
Bowls.
The bowls are out of Elian's reach. It's not like he wanted to eat. Still, his stomach growls tell another story. Wooden cross structure. Elian noticed that something's wrong. He's not recovering as usual. He must figure out the reason. Door. The door is closed. Wooden cross. Sleeping while standing will be awful, but not until Elian will understand why his regeneration is not working. Sleeping while standing. Bowls. The bowls are out of Elian's reach. Syringe. That syringe. Before starting, she injected something into Elian. From that moment, his regeneration stopped working. Could it be a drug?
Yeah. It could be, guys. Who knows?
Anyway, Elian doesn't feel like he's under the effect of some substance. Anyway, wooden cross. Sleeping while standing. Whip. Would she really use a drug? Elian, looking at the whip, thinks of Deus. He saw her face. Her eyes sparkle when she inflicts pain on him. Her expression. Doing that kind of stuff gives her pleasure. A pleasure that Elian would dare to define sexual. She's sadistic without any doubt. With drugs she wouldn't achieve the same result she obtains with constriction.
Yeah.
And if his perception would be hindered or altered, this whole thing wouldn't even make sense. For her, at least. It must be something else. Elian will try to figure it out next time. It's time to sleep.
Yeah. It's time to sleep, guys.
Syringe. Whip. Deus cleaned the whip with maniacal care. She always does that with her tools. Salt. Saving. Lever. Saving point. You saved the game. Lever. Door. Wooden cross. Despite the position, Elian tries to get some sleep. He wakes up. He didn't sleep well, and the wounds are still visible. Deus is always there. The tools are already changed, and Elian has been placed elsewhere, again near to the bowls, but restrained with wooden shackles, which are very uncomfortable. This time Deus doesn't waste time, and already has a syringe in her hand. Elian focuses on it. It really looks like water. He tries to smell the scent. It's a familiar scent. It's holy water. That's ridiculous. But Deus knows what she's doing. Even if Dampiers don't feel any pain from it, their powers are weakened. If directly injected, their powers are blocked. Then she picks a case. She kneels next to Elian and opens the case in front of him. It's full of metal tools with various kinds of shapes. He barely knows half of them, but he knows that they are used for torture. Deus smiles at him and asks Elian which one he likes the most. She picks some of them and turns towards him. The torture is going to start.
No.
Prepare to resist.
No. Okay, great. It's not like the whip. All right. All right. Okay.
Double tap to continue. This time it seemed endless. Elian is covered in blood, Deus as well. His blood, of course. A pool of blood is under their knees. This time Elian faints sooner than expected. He's half conscious. His eyes are closed, but he can hear somehow. After a while he hears the steps of Deus in a hurry. She gets close and makes him drink something.
What is it?
It's blood.
Oh, blood.
That makes Elian feel good, even if he's still worn out. He gets lifted from Deus and she puts his head onto her thighs. They are warm. Both Elian and Deus are still there, in the pool of blood. She spends quite some time with him, caressing his hair and watching over him, in silence. After some time, Elian wakes up. The stain of blood is still nearby, but his body is clean, even if full of wounds.
Wow.
Making a sudden movement, he feels a lot of pain. The torture has been tremendous. He looks around. Deus is gone.
Oh, yes.
He's still very tired, so it's probably best to sleep more. But not before searching for some other clue. Door. The door is closed. Lever. Saving point. You saved the game. Group of syringes. They all contained holy water. They all contained holy water. Wooden shack. There's something that Elian wants to check before getting some sleep. There's something that... Blood. The pool of Elian's blood. A detail comes to his mind. Even Deus was covered in his blood, while the holy water was flowing inside his body. Since his blood was contaminated with it, then she would have to suffer from it. But rather it had the opposite effect, according to her expression. The only possible explanation is that she's wearing his holy symbol somewhere. The amount of blood loss is impressive. If Deus didn't make Elian drink that blood, this time he probably would have died for real.
Yeah.
The amount of blood loss. Bowls. The rice is still there. Now it's almost spoiled. Yet it's still tempting enough for Elian, given his condition. Metal tools. Even the tools are clean and sterilized. Some hours ago they were covered in Elian's blood. Even the door. Lever. Door. Metal. Bowls. The rice is still there. Metal tool. Even the door. Lever. Elian wonders what that lever does. Saving point. Group of saving. You saved the use group of syringe. This time Deus used a lot of them. Wooden shackles. Elian is ready to sleep.
Oh, yes.
The shackles are quite bulky and force him to sleep on his side. After some time he wakes up. Deus is not there.
Yes.
Some time passes and still no one arrives. Even the tools and the items inside the room are the same Elian saw before sleeping. Did she actually run out of holy water? After some more time, the door finally opens.
Who is it? Who is it?
A woman enters the chamber, and she is... Amelia?
Amelia? Oh my god.
Elian can't believe
here.
his eyes.
Yes!
She's
Yes!
relieved and greets Elian.
Yes!
She quickly kneels next to him and unlocks the shackles. She tells him that no one was inside the cave, but she found the keys and went here to check.
Okay, thank you.
Since he's imprisoned here, she assumes that there should be even one jailer. So she tells Elian to save the talk for later.
Okay.
Now is the time to run away before the vampire returns.
Yeah.
The others are waiting outside.
Okay.
Elian is getting up slowly.
They're waiting.
So she helps him, holding his arm on her shoulder, and they slowly proceed together as fast as they can. Blood. Wooden shack. Group of syringe. Saving point. Lever. Saving point. You saved the game. Lever. To the chemistry lab.
Just in case, guys.
As Elian suspected, there's a lab here with many substances and tools, even the ones used for torture and restraint.
Yeah.
Elian wonders where his equipment is, but the fear the vampire might return is strong enough to make him desist from wasting time searching.
Yeah.
You have reached Hidden Cave, Chemistry Lab. Tools. There are many tools used in chemistry on some table. In many points of the room, it's possible to find tools related to her favorite activities. Their maintenance is extremely accurate. Bookshelf. Many of the treated themes inside the books meet Elian's expectations. Science, physics, imprisonment, and torture. There's also actually some books about art. Wardrobe. Elian's equipment could be here, but he really doesn't want to waste any time to escape before Deus returns.
Yeah.
Pantry. There's the food and the ingredients. There's also a space dedicated to ingredients used for chemistry.
Okay.
The salt and the sugar are placed in this space. To the entrance. To the torture chamber. Tools. To the entrance.
Let's go to the entrance.
Finally, the light of the sky is visible in the path.
Okay, yes.
Elian has almost made it. The woman stops suddenly. What's the matter? You have reached Hidden Cave, entrance.
Okay.
Light. To the chemistry lab. Light. There's the ambient light, the typical smell of the sea, and the sound of the waves.
Okay.
Amelia.
Amelia.
Elian turns toward her to ask what's wrong.
Oh, is Deus?
What he sees is an amused expression of Amelia's, who suddenly grabs him and violently slams him into the ground. As she starts to laugh non-stop, her voice and her looks are beginning to distort. That was an illusion. Actually, she was Deus in disguise.
Whoa.
She just wanted to make fun of him. She immediately restrains him again and drags him back to the torture chamber, as Elian screams in anger and desperation.
He's mad.
Deus is still laughing while she restrains Elian with the chains of the room.
Wow.
She says that watching a light turning on inside his eyes, just to make it disappear at the climax, was simply priceless.
Yeah.
The whole performance was totally worth the effort. Elian doesn't immediately understand what Deus means by performance. She chuckles as she sees his expression. She goes behind Elian and pushes him against the floor. Then she sits on his back. From that position, she leans her mouth near to his ear and whispers to him that what she means is that she placed clue after clue, day after day, a flow of information in such a way that Elian would think that he could have a chance to escape. She points toward the syringes and tells him that it was just bait. She still has a lot of them, and actually she really doesn't need holy water to play with him. It was just an experiment to see the effects of holy water on a Dhampir for torture purposes. She's also a scientist after all, as he could see in the other room. It almost seems like Deus is able to read Elian's thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she whispers to him.
Alien's
Her power has the capability to read the rational thoughts of intelligent creatures. She says that she already knows everything about him, about Amelia, the crew, and she tells him that no one will come to save him, and he will never escape from here. Finally, Deus calls him by name. Elian. He has no word to say. He just lies there, with his face on the ground. She reaches with her arm into the case of metal tools and picks some of them. Just for starters, she wants to play a bit with his back. Then they will start with the daily program.
No, again.
Will the torture ever end?
I don't think so.
Elian must get ready to resist now.
Okay, let's do this last torture and then we'll end the video there, guys. Alright. Okay, come on. Alright. Okay.
He has no more blood vials.
So I cannot use my blood vials. All right.
Double tap to continue. After a while, she's satisfied and gets up from Elian. He realizes that he was just dancing in the palm of her hand. He's lost any hope of escaping from here. Deus kneels with both knees on the floor and lifts Elian. Both her hands hold his lower jaw. Both her thumbs are placed at the corners of his mouth. She's looking him straight in the eyes. Deus tells Elian that he doesn't have to worry. Not everything was a performance. Words and rational thoughts have no value. All that really counts are feelings and desires, which is exactly what she can't see with her powers. Her voice wavers slightly. Deus tells Elian that this is what she really wants to know. She wants to know Elian, who he really is, his feelings, his desires, the real Elian. Deus stops to speak. There's a long silence in the room. She lowers her arms that slowly lie above her knees. Then she gets closer to Elian. Her mouth is once more next to his ear, and then, with a timid voice, she says to Elian, "Please, tell me who you really are." Elian listens to Deus. She's different. Her neck is a few centimeters from his mouth. Swipe left to bite. Swipe right to not bite.
Should we bite, guys? Let's do it.
Driven by mere instinct, suddenly he bites the neck of Deus. This is something that she can't see with her powers. Elian starts to suck her blood greedily.
Ooh.
She gives off a jolt. His energy quickly returns, actually even more so.
Ooh.
With sudden force, Elian breaks the chains. He stands up with Deus. He won't stop sucking her blood. It's too delicious. A bloodlust frenzy from inside dominates his thoughts and his actions. In his excitement, he lifts her, holding her back with the left arm and her left leg with the other hand, and leans Deus against the wall on the other side. As Elian keeps draining her blood, she hugs him with all her strength, rather than trying to fight him. She's filled with joy. She says that it's such a magnificent answer. So this is what's inside him. His true colors. She accepts him with all her being and begs him to do the same with her. She adds that he will be her prisoner forever. Saying that, Deus leans her lips towards the space between his neck and his left shoulder and marks it with a passionate bite. With her last strength, she pulls the lever next to her. A pit opens in the ground, and Deus drags Elian with her inside the pit. It is a long fall in the dark. Elian suddenly returns to normal and feels the body of Deus tightly holding him, as if to protect Elian from the fall. But this place is really too dark. The first thing that comes into his mind is a place of which he just heard about, the so-called Caves of the Abyss. A huge system of caves in which darkness dominates everything. A place in which there's no way to see anything, in which there's no life inside it, and where any conventional method of orientation fails. A terrible place, in other words, even if no one who entered inside it ever returned. Elian is preparing for the worst. He's without his equipment, yet he can count on the excess blood that he sucked from Deus. He managed to transfer it into 3 blood vials, right before his greedy and unknown side would absorb it completely inside the body. Aside from that, he will have to count on his claws and fangs. After a long fall, Elian lands on a pile of something. Bones. It didn't hurt much thanks to Deus. Her corpse lies in Elian's arms and turns into ash. She had the holy symbol, just as he thought. He takes it and wears it as a necklace. This place is so dark that there's no way to get one's bearings inside it with your eyes. Elian barely stands up on his feet, and suddenly a familiar voice starts to whisper in his ear. "It's her! Deus!" But Elian is absolutely sure she's dead. He must be having some kind of a hallucination. There are other voices in the distance. The place is probably populated by monsters. You have reached Cave of the Abyss. Pile of bones. Saving point. You saved the game. Pile of bones. Ceiling. North exit, east exit, south exit,
Okay.
west exit, saving point.
Okay.
You saved
Alright,
the
guys.
game. You opened life point. Quit game.
Alright, so
Hell Hunter.
that was interesting,
Anti-Noman.
guys.
New
I
move
think,
among the load game.
Alien, well, I killed, Zia, so now she's dead, so, we'll figure out the rest of the game on my next video, so stay safe, guys, and take care. Hope that you enjoyed this, episode of Hell Hunter, so, stay safe, guys, and remember, I want 50 subscribers, so, yeah, so stay safe, and blessings to everyone. Bye, guys. Peace! Take care, guys, and stay safe. Bye, guys.